Now I'd like to go back to a few things which I remembered. My grandfather, Dad's father, during one of the parlor concerts, Sunday night parlor concerts, he had been having this tune running around in his head, and he asked one of the daughters, whether it was Mary or Frances, says, "See if you can pick out this tune on the piano that's been running through my head." And so he did, and they did. So, went over it again and again, because, he played the mandolin, and I guess he had picked it out on that, but he asked him to pick it out on the piano. So they wound up meeting with someone, asking him if he thought it would go over. Well, the promoter, said, well, it's all right, but it's just not what they want today. Well, lo and behold, I guess several months later, or whatever it was, they hear on the radio, and it's got that refrain in it as part of the song, and it wound up being called the 12th Street Rag. And all they did was add, the bridge to it. But that just goes to show you. Dad's mother, one of the stories about her, when Dad played football for Jesuit, he was a three letterman at Jesuit. He played football, basketball, and ran track. And he was part of Jesuit's first championship basketball team in 1939. But as far as his playing football, Dad's mother, sometimes she went to the game. If she didn't, she was home. Either way, she had the rosary, and she was praying the rosary while he was playing football. I guess that he wouldn't get hurt. I remember also Christmas. We would go over to Dad's mother's house. She was elderly at that point, and Mary and the other sister Anna, who Mary never married, Anna was divorced, so they helped take care of Dad's mother. But we would go over there for dinner, and then later on in the evening gather around the piano. Cousins would come over, uncles would come over, and we'd sing Christmas carols for, a couple of hours. One particular time, Dad's mother, I think she was about 96 at this point, and Aunt Mary, because she taught at Loyola, she had printouts of the songs, the words, the lyrics of the Christmas carols. And Silent Night, we were singing Silent Night. And at that time I was able, I would bring my little tape recorder and I would tape all of the songs and everything. So we finished singing Silent Night. I'm playing the tape back, and where it comes to the part, Silent night, holy night, all is calm. Well, Mama, Dad's mother, sang all is clam, L-A instead of A-L. And we're laughing, but then we looked on the music sheet, and sure enough, Aunt Mary had made a mistake, and it said C-L-A-M. And he had 96 years old, and she sang what was on the sheet. Oh. Now I can't leave out my sister, Regina Ann Tortorich. Now, she was born on March 18th, right in between St. Patrick and St. Joseph's Day. And my parents considered naming her Patricia Josephine, but then wound up, naming her beautiful name, of course, Regina. I remember one story when we, sometimes if Dad got a little time off during the summer when we were young, we would take a little vacation trip to the Gulf Coast, to Mississippi. One particular time on the way there, we passed a field with horses grazing. And Gina was very little, and she was looking, and she said, "Look, there's a horsey with a lawnmower in its mouth." The horses were grazing. Later years, she worked at the restaurant too after a while. But my brother and I were bachelors. We never married, but my sister Gina married, has a wonderful family, two wonderful, can't call them kids anymore. The son, he was the firstborn, Shane. He was my brother's godchild, and the daughter, Alyssa, is my godchild. And they're really, really very good. They're very good. As far as myself, as I say, I played baseball growing up. I took piano for about 5 years, from 8 to 13. I was told I had very good touch. I didn't pursue that, but just to show you that nothing you learn is ever lost. Now that I've been singing, I've been singing for the Contessa Society for over 20 years now, and I sing for the banquet. Had a little trio, and I've performed for the banquet. I also, sing at the Christmas party. We have an All Saints Day celebration. I'll do a couple of hymns there. I tried to keep the singing going, following suit from my dad and my aunt, to keep it going as long as I can. I've sung a few weddings. I've sung countless funerals. Now I've been singing for about, as a cantor at a church. I do the Sunday evening Mass, 5:30, for about 16 years now. And very enjoyable, very enjoyable. But getting back to what I said, that nothing you learn is ever lost. So if I have to learn a piece of music or pick out a song, I can do it. I remember all of that from taking piano, and I can pick out the notes on the piano to learn the piece of music. Now I couldn't sit down and play piano and accompany myself, but I can pick out a piece of music with the notes and learn it. So that came in handy. That came in handy. And so from Luigi, 1886, to Dad's father, Anthony, and Dad, and the restaurant business, and the music, and the baseball, love of baseball. It's been like that old movie, it's been a wonderful life. It's been a wonderful life. had a wonderful childhood, family, lot of love. We were very, very close family. And all of those memories, even though, Dad, Mama, and my brother deceased, all of those memories are still up in my head, and never forget them. And I hope to continue with the Contessa Society. It's a wonderful society. As I say, since 1886, it's the oldest Italian society in the city, and certainly one of the oldest in the country. So thank you so much for allowing me this conversation, and appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'm back. One more story I would like to relate. Of course, we've always been a very religious and prayerful family, and I say a lot of prayers, trying to say more, but my brother Tony was unbelievable. He could pray for hours on end, and how he could do it, I don't know. He often told me a lot of his prayers weren't the scripted prayers, but he would just talk to God, talk to Jesus, talk to Mary. And his patron saint, of course, St. Anthony, he loved. He always said anything he asked of St. Anthony, he never refused him. One particular time, he's a Monsignor now, Monsignor Massett, Bob Massett. Well, we grew up in Holy Rosary's parish before moving to St. Dominic's parish. And at Holy Rosary, Father Massett, that was his first assignment after he became a priest. And one particular time, he happened to mention, when we saw him, he said about Tony, he says, he spends more time in church than I do. But Tony, if anybody ever needed prayers, they'd call Tony. He seemed to have that hotline upstairs. And now I know he's praying from upstairs for all of us. And he, like I say, he was just unbelievable. He could, say prayers for hours on end. And he would pray for everybody. So I just, I'm trying to follow his example now and get some more prayers in. So I just wanted to add that piece of information. I think it's very important, especially nowadays with situations that we're facing. So thank you once again. It's been very enjoyable.